some matters to touch up on today. So, yep.
Okay, Daddy. I'm gonna talk to you later, okay? All right. Bye. Is it recording?
Recording.
Oh. How y'all doing? Is it even, like... It looks blurry, like... Is it better?
Oh, yeah.
What is this? YouTube?
YouTube.
Hey YouTube, how y'all doing? My name is Nikayla Porter. This is my brother, little brother.
Nezzer Porter.
You gotta say it like a square. So his name is Nezzer Porter. I have a sister named Nashayla. So she's the second oldest. And then my youngest brother, his name is Navon Porter. So there's 4 of us, right? And just to keep you up to speed about what's going on, our parents' house caught on fire August 16th of 2018, so last year. And we've been, as soon as it caught on fire, we literally been at the property doing work, right? And I was the point of contact for one of the people at ISD. His name was Bill Solberg. I was letting him know about all the work that I was doing at the property. I was letting him know about all the work that I was doing at the property, the contractors that I had come out, the people that I was hiring to do work, the masonaries that I had come out, the quotes that I was getting for the work to get done. I literally was like keeping him informed about everything that I was doing. My aunt was helping me too, and she was on the phone with me most of the time when I was talking to him over the phone, letting him know what was going on. I also sent, text messages. So I have proof that I was informing this dude about everything I was doing at the property. Somehow, he decided to do an emergency receivership to aggressively appoint a receiver to the property as if nothing was being done with it, and did not let me know. I wasn't aware of it. My 4 siblings wasn't aware of it. My father or my mother, who were actually the primary residents of the property, they weren't aware of it either. And at the time, like I said, my parents' house caught on fire, so they were displaced. My parents are still homeless to this day. And it's just really ridiculous how this situation has went into a whole spin, because ever since a receiver was appointed, it went downhill from there. And I can honestly say me and my siblings did a majority of the work in that house. That house was beyond, like, there was so much needed to be done, and we did it. We did all of the work, and the receiver came into place, and he took credit for everything that we did. Everything. It didn't take him until literally last week to put a roof on the property. The property didn't have a roof all the way up until last week. And he was appointed in November. So we had one receiver, he actually withdrew, and then another receiver went into place. And as I'm sitting here rambling, telling you about everything that's what's going on, the overarching underlining thing about this story is that they're literally trying to take the house from us. They're trying to take the house from our parents. They're trying to push us out. And the receiver has brought us to court last week, which was Friday. He took us to court and tried to say that he wants to just sell the property. Sell the property? There's 4 children that my parents had, and two residents that actually resided in the property that are homeless right now. And you want to sell the property? That's our family home. Like, you don't have the right to sell it. Like, who do you think you are? So me and my sister, we're literally like doing everything in our power. We literally connected with a bunch of people, like contractors, and a few attorneys, and we literally got some insight on how to take, what course of action to take. But we're literally fighting, and it shouldn't have to be this hard. Like, I really feel like they're doing everything in their power to just take the property away from us. And this isn't an isolated situation. It's been done before. We've seen it done. where a lot of Black people are being pushed out of the communities in which they've resided for years. And I'm not only talking about foreclosures when predatory loans were being given out to us. I'm talking about in general. We're literally like not residing in the Dorchester, the Roxbury, the Mattapan, like all these areas. You see more and more white people moving in, and I'm not saying that they cannot, but we're getting displaced outside of the communities in which we devoted a lot of time and most of our lives into. And it's not fair. It's not right. My father has owned his property for 27 years. He has no mortgage on the property. And this receiver, I don't know who he thinks he is, but he shouldn't feel like he can just push us out of our house, out of our community. And it's crazy too, because throughout this whole process, like, I've watched neighbors contribute to the actual act of him getting away with this and doing it. And one of the neighbors, may I add that he's a Caucasian, and not that this have to do anything with it, but he also is trying to contribute to the sabotaging us keeping the property, because we had financial investors go to the property to see if we can get a loan out on it. And we've had neighbors intervene during their walkthroughs and say, hey, like, I'm suing this guy, you shouldn't give him a loan, blah, blah, blah. And they literally come back and tell me, your neighbor came up to me while I was doing an inspection, and unfortunately this or unfortunately that. And it's really ridiculous. And I think it's really all the receiver's plan to do everything in his power to keep the property out of our hands. We're not going to give up fighting. We're going to keep trying to make this issue public, because this is a public issue. Because I guarantee you that we're not the only Black family being pushed out of a house that we lived in all of our lives, or like a community in which we devoted so much service to. So I don't have any nicer way of putting it. I know my sister would. She works for the Charles River Watershed Association, and she's devoted a lot of service in terms of water quality and being on the board of like so many things. But the way I see it, it's not right. This is not justified. A receiver should never been in place in the first place. And the fact that we've gotten to a point where they're trying to sell the property, I think it's really, really ridiculous. And it should be like,
so right, my other older sister, she does also work for a nonprofit organization where it is a cleanup situation where they help rehabilitate the river. So the Charles River Association, it's a cleanup organization where they try to keep the river as clean as possible, and that's sort of what we're trying to do here with making better out of the situation.
The way that I see it, right? We're more than capable of taking on this project, this house in which we've lived in. It's not like we don't have the financial means to do so. We're not able to. It's not like we're old and unable to do this. We are able to do the work. And I just think it's extremely frustrating that it's literally taking so much out of us, because they're literally railroading us. Like when I was talking to ISD, they was telling me, hey, you got to do this. You can't do this. You got to do this. You got to do this. And I'm just like, well, damn, what is it that you like? What are you expecting from me? What do you want me to do? And I literally get experts, like I'll get contractors, and I'll just be like, hey, is there a way that you can inspect this building without it being cleared out? And they tell me that they can't. And then I'm like, so how do I clear it out? What do you want me to do? Honestly, I'm exhausted about this situation, but I do want like help. I do want people to come together and really like question like what is really going on and why they feel like their actions are justified, because it's not. And By the way, the property is located at 8 Linwood Square in Roxbury, Mass. The receiver had just put it on the MLL listing, so he marketed it last week or the week before that, and we literally like just found out. That's when I panicked, and I was like, he's trying to sell our house, and I had people hit me up like, yo, your parents' house is on the market, and blah, 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 and I'm just like, this cannot be happening. I'm literally dreaming, like, what is going on? My heart was like racing. I'm panicking. So something really needs to, like, there has to be some attention on this matter. We need to hit up the mayor. We need to hit up the commissioner and ask for some answers. Like, are we not for the community, Boston communities, stay in Boston communities? Like, are we not preserving their rights and the equity in the Boston communities? Because we've devoted a lot of time.
That's what I did want to say. Like, my 3 siblings and my family are literally active members within the Boston community. And this is something that shouldn't be acceptable by the city of Boston.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't. And the receiver's name is Joshua Kravitz. That guy, I have such a distaste for him because he has literally done everything. You want me to tell you the most recent thing he's done? Our attorney, by the way, our attorney representatives are amazing. The ones that we have right now. Before, it's been a trial and error period. But the attorneys we have now have been really working in our favor. And he submitted a motion to stop the sale. And as soon as the receiver got the paperwork, me and my sister both qualified for a loan for like $600,000, just in case we needed to buy the house back or like whatever it is. We wanted to show the judge that we have been making steps to preserve the equity in our property and keep the property in the family. And so the receiver called the person who gave us the pre-approval to try to sabotage that. And she literally texted me like, hey, I had a conversation with the receiver, Mr. Joshua Kravitz, and he has informed me that you put in an offer and blah, 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 and this, that, and the third. And he also told me this was going on. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, this guy literally, like, the motion was submitted this morning at 12 o'clock. And I got the email at 4. Like, I'm like mind blown at how, like, how destructive this guy is. Like, he literally doesn't waste any time. So, like I said, the address is 8 Linwood Square. My father is the owner. He's owned the house for 27 years. There's no mortgage on the property at all. No mortgage. The house is located in Roxbury, Mass. My father's name is Nezzer Porter. And like I said, we're literally like just trying to fight to save the property. If you can, write the mayor, demand some answers and demand some, to shed some light on this. If you can, share, share. We also have, why you look so mean?
Oh no, I'm just looking at
I know, don't the situation make you mean?
I'm looking at
it make you mean, right?
I'm just looking at you as you would look back.
Bruh, this situation, and I'm laughing and smiling now, but you don't know how many nights I've cried. Like, literally, it's a lot to deal with. It's a lot to consume. I felt defeated a lot of times, and I'm the oldest.
And that's probably why that Joshua Kravitz dude, his name is Joshua Kravitz, right? Kravitz, Joshua Kravitz. That's probably why he could take it so lightly, because he wasn't actually someone that had.
And it's not his house for him to be doing all that he's doing. Like, what he's doing is affecting families. It's affecting real lives. Like, and I cannot believe that he can really sleep at night. I don't know how he can, and it's probably because he does this on a regular basis, and that's why this demands a lot of attention and a lot of media attention, a lot of action behind it. We need a lot of politicians aware of what's going on. I'm not gonna lie, there's probably some politicians behind what's going on too, but this we're not gonna just sit around and just let them take our property, because it's not gonna happen. It's a property my father worked hard for, fought for, and we're not going away that easy. So, like I said, if you can share, if you could write the mayor, and we also have a GoFundMe page, so if you can contribute anything financially, even if it's $1, I'm telling you it counts. I'm telling you, it counts. The GoFundMe under the page is just like Saving Childhood Memories. And as I said, we're in Boston, Massachusetts. Please, 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 please share and write the mayor. For sure, for sure. Share and write the mayor. The address is 8 Linwood Square, Linwood, Linwood. There's 4 of us. So right now you only see 2, but there's 4. Me, my sister, my brother, and my other brother. And like I said, we're fighting. Gotta put the dukes up. All right, I'm done.
Your generosity and your contribution helps. Thank you a lot. But is there anything else that we want to tell them before we cut the video short?
Not that I can think of.
Is there anything else that you can fill them in with, like anything? Because I know you probably have a lot of information.
We have a court date tomorrow.
A court date tomorrow. Today's currently the 4th month, April.
Today's Monday.
Today's also Monday, the 8th.
Is it the
7th?
Oh, yeah,
7th.
today's the 8th.
Is it the 7th?
I think it's the 8th.
It's the 8th of 2019. But yeah. So yeah, thank you guys. We're gonna try to fill you in because this is an ongoing situation. That is, so current updates and anything that we can do to fill you in. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.